What's up, my good people? I hope you're having a fantastic, delightful, enjoyable day on our beloved, cool, hot, sensational, blue, green, yellow planet, Mother Earth. Today, I'm going to be talking about 15 facts about the sensational, the spectacular, the amazing Spider-Man. By doing whatever the spider can, Spider-Man has been one of the greatest comic book careers of all time. I think he's even more popular than Superman, maybe even than Batman. He's up there in the top 3 echelon of superheroes. Superman, Spider-Man, Batman. Number 4, maybe Wonder Woman. But he's up there in the elite list of comic book characters. Whenever something happened to Spider-Man major, it is publicized worldwide news. For instance, when Spider-Man got married to Mary Jane Watson, it made national news. When Spider-Man was, quote, eliminated by Doctor Octopus and became this, what's his name? The sensational, whatever he called himself, Spider-Man, that was national news. Oh, the superior Spider-Man. So when Doc Ock took over the persona of Peter Parker, he became the sensational Spider-Man. But that made national headlines when Peter Parker relinquished the role of the amazing Spider-Man. With some of the best stories, coolest superpowers, and evilest villains around, superheroes don't get any more fun than the web slinger. So that's our topic. What you did not know about the amazing, sensational Spider-Man. However, despite swinging around for nearly 60 years, yes, if Peter Parker was alive today, he would be an old man. If he became Spider-Man at the age of 15, he would probably be pushing for 80 right now. Spidey still has a few surprises hidden away inside those web underrules. Now that the release of the upcoming, many of his Marvel movies, Marvel and Sony movies have showcased the spectacular Spider-Man. So here we go. 15 things you didn't know about the amazing Spider-Man. We're going in reverse order. Number 15. Stan Lee created the character by watching a disgusting fly. Yes, he got the idea of Spider-Man by watching a disgusting fly. Alright, so everyone's favorite wisecracking neighborhood webhead was originally just a fly on the wall. After hitting it big with his creation of the Fantastic Four in 1961, Stan Lee spent the next year racking his brain for the next big gig, the next big thing. And then a fly flew in. After seeing the winged insect crawl up the wall at Marvel's office, the comics legend immediately thought what the company needed at the very moment was a guy who could stick to vertical surfaces. So he came up with the next amazing superhero. A lame name. He called it Stick to the Wall Man. If he had that name, he would have crashed immediately. So even though a name like that is pure gold, Lee tried out a few other names like Insect Man, Fly Man, and Mosquito Man, until he finally hit the bug on the head with the most dramatic name of all, Spider-Man. He then enlisted artist Steve Ditko, as you all know, whipped up the costume design, and presented the awesome idea for an awkward teenage hero with all the powers of Spider to Marvel hero head Martin Goodman. who is expected to reply, "That's the worst idea I've ever heard." And the rest, as they say, is history. Yes, as you all know, ladies and gentlemen, many fantastic ideas. There's always a prime naysayer who will always say, "That's the worst idea I ever heard." But you already see, the name Spider-Man has more flair than Flyman, Insect Man, Bugman, Spider-Man. And I'm gonna get into that reason too. While the fly did not work, the reason the fly would not work, because that would have been a disaster. Flies are disgusting, filthy creatures. They land on our food, they land on animal poop, and most of all, people are not afraid of flies. A fly that land on your skin, you will try to kill a bug. We are not afraid of flies. But spiders, oh, they're incredible. They can spin webs. They are hunters. They are predators. Flies, spiders, have you ever seen a spider land on your hamburger? Rare. Have you ever seen a spider crawl on you, just to irritate you? Rarely. They are silent, deadly hunters and assassins. That's why Spider-Man caught on. We respect spiders and we hate flies. So let me move on. Number 14. Peter Parker was the second Spider-Man. So yes, there was a Spider-Man before the Spider-Man who we all know and love. Marvel chief thought the original concept of Spider-Man was absurd, since people, like I said, they hate spiders, they fear spiders. But we respect them though. We don't hate them the way we hate a fly. We hate spiders because we think of them as a venomous, deadly creatures. We hate flies because they're just disgusting. Our hatred of spiders comes from a respect of them as predators. Let me continue on. Spider-Man was absurd since people hate spiders. Teenagers are only good as sidekicks, and superheroes should be anything but awkward. So Stan Lee and Steve Ditko did what any good employees would do and ignore their bosses by sneaking a character into the final issue of the recently canceled Amazing Fantasy. That's the first time Spider-Man appeared, an Amazing Fantasy. After fans asked for more, people were hungry to learn about him. Goodman demanded Lee get his act together and give Marvel's no superhero his own series. Thus, in 1963, the world got the Amazing Spider-Man 1. Unlike me, my poor people, I was born in the late 60s, so I wasn't even born to get that issue. But if I was around, the issue probably would have been cheap then. Now, I think it's worth like millions or hundreds of thousands of dollars. So, Peter's debut wasn't Marvel's first Spider-themed character. During the 1950s, monsters and sci-fi comics were all the rage. So yes, in the 50s, sci-fi books and monsters, as you all know if you watch movies, were the rage. So it was little surprise that Journey into Mystery number 73 featured a household spider transformed by radioactive rays into a walking, talking, but he was called Man-Spider, not Spider-Man. Tragically, he was killed by issue's end, kindly paving the way for a more enduring web progeny, our Spider-Man. Since then, there have been as many as 13 people other than Peter Parker who have been Spider-Man, but he's our most loved, including Gwen Stacy and Deadpool. Of course, there's also the time he turned into an actual spider. Yes, Spider-Man turned into an actual spider, which sounds weird, but not so much when you recall his stint as a pig known as Spider-Ham. Alright, number 13, going down the list to number 1, Spider-Man is Jewish. He's a Jew. Or at least that's the widely held belief by anyone who's ever stared long and hard at Spidey's crotchet tights. Other than Daredevil's Catholicism, religion is one topic mainstream superhero comics usually avoid. So comics avoid religion. And that makes sense. What is Superman? We don't know what he is. Does Batman have any religion? The Flash? Aquaman? What religion are they? We don't know. So comic books are non-religious entities. So Parker's neurotic behavior is a surefire sign of his religion, as is the fact he never feels like he's doing enough. Religion used to make a person feel guilty, and as we know, Peter Parker has a huge guilt complex. Spider-Man's dialect has been frequently littered with a surprisingly amount of Yiddish that those European Jews like to speak. Yiddish. Of all the incredible characters he has created over the years, Stan Lee has said that Spider-Man is his closest alter ego. What's more, Lee has compared Spidey to David from the Hebrew Bible, who, in addition to famously defeating Goliath, was saved from death by the web of a spider. Okay, I gotta check that because I'm a Bible reader. I gotta see that David gets saved by the web of a spider. Alright, so let's move on, my good people. Number 12. He's a team player. Yes. If you remember back in the 1980s, Spider-Man was part of Spider-Man and His Amazing Friends. Recently, he's became a member of the Avengers. But for the longest time, I don't agree with this, he's a team player. For the longest time, he was a solo superhero. He shunned going to different teams. Only within the last 15 years or so has Spider-Man become a team player. Now, remember back in the 1980s, he wanted to become an Avenger out of greed. He wanted to become an Avenger because he discovered in the 1980s that the Avengers at that time made $1,000 a week. And as you all know, Peter Parker is always hard up for money. So, even in the 80s, we never saw him team up with teams. Now, he did have a book called Marvel Team Up, so he did work with other superheroes, but he never was on a team in the 80s, 70s, 60s. He did team up with other superheroes from time to time. Next on our little list, number 11. He's been with a lot of women. I don't have to read this. He's been with Gwen Stacy. He's married Jane Watson. I think he had the thing for that lady at the Daily Bugle. I forget her name. So he had a thing with the black cat. So on my account, he's been with at least 4 ladies, and I'm sure it's been a lot more, because I would say I was born in 1968, so I haven't been around seeing Spider-Man before my birth. But he's been with a lot of ladies. Alright, number 11. He has radioactive sperm. Yes, for a long time, scientists and Peter Parker discovered that his blood was radioactive. It was deadly to other human beings. So yes, it's more likely he had radioactive sperm. I don't know if he still has radioactive sperm, because you remember in a lot of Spider-Man comic books he has a daughter in alternate universes. So that radioactive sperm could have been a thing of the past. Number 9, his parents worked for S.H.I.E.L.D. Yes, we discovered in the 2000s and on, and even in some of the movies, it showed that Peter Parker's parents were actual spies. In one Spider-Man movie, it showed that his parents was eliminated for being a spies. Let's go on down my list. Number 8, he has died 3 times. He died when an octopus took over him. He died when Kraven the Hunter killed him. So those are 2 times. I know he died, but they say he's died at least 3 times. I counted 2. I don't know the other time when he died. Oh yes, and when he died before, his powers became more, spider-like. So I do remember. He died from a person who used to kill spiders. So he's died within the last 20 years or so, 3 times. Number 7, he once saved the world from teen pregnancy. And that probably was one of them little Spider-Man issues, like the Christmas issues, the Thanksgiving issues. How can he save the world from teen pregnancy? But that's what it said. So that might be one of them little off-shot issues. Number 6, he nearly put Marvel out of business. Yes, he nearly put Marvel out of business because during the 1990s, the comic book Marvel was going through a big upheaval. They had Spider-Man all over the place. The X-Men all over the place. Spider-Verse. Ben Reilly was Spider-Man. They had Spider-Girl. They was wearing his brand name then with all those Spider issues. Spider-Clone. Evil Spider. On and on and on. So he nearly bankrupt Marvel Comics from all those weak Spider editions. Number 5, he's teamed up with Superman, yes, Batman, Transformers, Saturday Night Live, and Obama. Yes, we've seen many of those editions where Marvel and DC characters have met one another in some type of alternate universe. We've seen crossovers when Marvel comic characters cross over to different universes. That's the same for DC. So you know it's a comic book, it's not real, so they can easily cross over. But those usually are one-shot issues, like I said for the teen pregnancy. One-shot issues. Number 4, there have been 8 Spider-Man cartoons, 2 live-action TV shows, and 1 horrible play. Yes, I heard about the play, so I'm not going to get into that. Y'all know he had many cartoons, a number of TV shows. I remember the TV shows from the one back in the 70s. It was lame, but back then it was fantastic. In today's term, he wasn't agile. He did have a spider sense, but it was weak. He didn't show no agility. He did show a little super strength, a little, but he never picked up a car or anything. But that's how, you know, in the 1970s, you know, sci-fi tech was, you know, very low key then, so I can't blame them for that. Number 8. James Cameron almost made a Spider-Man movie with Arnold Schwarzenegger. What role would he have played? I know he would have made a terrible Spider-Man because he's too bulky, he's too thick. Peter Parker is only about 5'10", 5'8", and he's slender. That's why we love him as Spider-Man, because a spider is slender. It's slender. Number 2, Leonardo DiCaprio, Jake Gyllenhaal, and Charlie Sheen were almost Spider-Man. I don't need to say no more about that. Many actors have almost played Spider-Man. And finally, my good people, we're at number 1. Michael Jackson tried to buy Marvel so he could be Spider-Man. So that's incredible. Michael Jackson wanted to buy Marvel Comics so he can be Spider-Man. Back then it wouldn't work, but today it probably would work because he could have played the part of Miles Morales. So, my good people, I hope you enjoyed those little facts about Spider-Man. The most surprising fact for me was the idea of a fly. If you like my little comments, if you learned something new, give me a like. If you would like to subscribe to hear about more fantastic comic book characters that I find interesting, please subscribe. Have a good day. Ciao. Just